Imagine you wake up one morning and your left hand starts unbuttoning your shirt while your right hand is trying to button it back up.
Imagine looking at a familiar object, knowing exactly what it is, but being completely unable to say its name out loud.
This isn't a plot from a science fiction movie. This was the real, everyday experience of a small group of patients
Who underwent a radical surgery that effectively disconnected the two halves of their brains.
They became, in a very real sense, two different centers of consciousness living inside one skull.
And what they taught us completely revolutionized neuroscience. This is the story of the split brain experiments. Welcome back to Mind Trials.
In the 1960s and 70s, neuroscience was grappling with a big question. Why do we have two brain hemispheres, and what do they actually do?
Enter two pioneering neuroscientists. They were studying a group of patients who suffered from severe, life-threatening epilepsy.
Medication wasn't working. The electrical storms causing the seizures would start on one side of the brain and then overwhelm the other.
To stop this, surgeons performed a procedure called a corpus callosotomy.
Okay, quick anatomy lesson. Your brain has two sides, the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere. Connecting them is a massive bundle of nerve fibers called the corpus callosum. Think of it as the superhighway of the brain. Billions of messages cross it every second, allowing both sides to work in perfect harmony. In a corpus callosotomy, surgeons sever that highway. The bridge is cut. The hope was that this would contain the seizures to one side. And it worked. The patient's epilepsy improved dramatically. On the surface, they seemed totally normal. They could walk, talk, and interact just like before.
But Sperry and Gazzaniga suspected something profound had changed beneath the surface. To find out, they had to figure out how to talk to just one side of the brain at a time. How do you isolate one hemisphere? You have to understand how our vision is wired. And this is key. Your brain is cross-wired.
Your left hemisphere controls the right side of your body. And crucially, it processes information from your right visual field.
Sperry and Gazzaniga used a device called a tachistoscope.
It's basically a screen that can flash images or words incredibly fast. Too fast for the patient to move their eyes. The patient focuses on a dot in the center. If an image flashes on the right side of the dot, only the left brain sees it. If it flashes on the left side, only the right brain sees it. This setup allowed them to question each hemisphere independently.
And that's when things got weird. Let's talk about specialization. Generally speaking, in most right-handed people, the left hemisphere is the speaking hemisphere.
It handles language, logic, and computation. The right hemisphere is primarily associated with spatial reasoning, facial recognition, and emotional processing. The researchers flash the word KEY to the left visual field. That information goes to the nonverbal right hemisphere.
What did you see? I didn't see anything.
But here's the proof the right brain did see it. The researchers then asked the patient to use their left hand, controlled by the right brain,
To pick up the object they saw from a pile of hidden items.
If you ask them why they are holding the key, the left brain is still clueless, and they'll say, "I don't know."
The right hemisphere is aware, it understands the instruction, but it cannot articulate it verbally.
One of the most famous examples involves the word HE-art.
They flashed it so that HE was in the left visual field and RT was in the right visual field. HE goes to the right brain. RT goes to the left brain.
ART. When asked what they saw, the speaking left brain reports what it saw. ART.
But when asked to point with their left hand to the word they saw from a list of options, the left hand, guided by the right brain, points directly to HE.
Two hemispheres, two different answers, both correct based on the information they received. It's compelling evidence of two separate streams of perception.
The right brain isn't just about spatial awareness. It also processes emotion faster. In one study, researchers secretly flashed an emotionally charged image, say a picture of a fire, to the patient's right hemisphere only. The patient suddenly reported feeling nervous or jumpy. When the researchers asked why, the patient couldn't say. The left brain didn't see the fire, but it did feel the body's physiological response, the increased heart rate, the adrenaline. So, the left brain tried to make sense of it, inventing a plausible reason for the body's sudden state of alarm by blaming an external factor in the room.
This leads us to perhaps the most profound discovery of the split brain research: the interpreter.
The most fascinating behavior observed was how the left brain reacts when the right brain takes an action it doesn't understand. It doesn't just say, "I don't know." It makes up a story. It confabulates.
Michael Gazzaniga describes this phenomenon as the left brain interpreter. It's the part of our brain that weaves information into a coherent narrative. It craves causality. Let's look at the classic chicken and snow experiment.
A patient, let's call him Paul, is shown two pictures simultaneously.
Now, Paul has to choose related images from an array in front of him.
His right hand, controlled by the left brain, correctly points to a chicken. His left hand, controlled by the right brain, correctly points to a snow shovel.
Now for the crucial question. Gazzaniga asks Paul, "Why did you point to the shovel?"
Remember, the speaking left brain never saw the snow. It only saw the chicken foot. But the left hand is pointing at a shovel.
Oh, that's easy. The chicken foot goes with the chicken, and you need a shovel to clean out the chicken coop.
Incredible. The left brain observed the action, pointing at the shovel, and instantly created a plausible explanation that fit its existing narrative. Chickens.
It seamlessly rewrote reality to maintain a unified sense of self.
While the experiments showed functional separation, the daily lives of some patients revealed a more dramatic conflict. This sometimes manifested as alien hand syndrome.
One patient reported reaching for a dress in her closet with her right hand,
only for her left hand to grab a completely different outfit. Another patient reported their left hand trying to push their spouse away, while their right hand tried to embrace them.
The hemispheres literally disagreed on what to do, and because the connection was severed, they had to fight it out using the body.
It shows that our intentions and desires can arise independently in each hemisphere.
So, do split brain patients truly have two minds?
It depends on how you define mind. The right brain has memories, intentions, and awareness, even if it can't speak. But the integrated, narrative consciousness we associate with ourselves resides primarily in the left.
These experiments, while radical, taught us fundamental truths about the healthy brain.
We learn that specialization is real. Our brains divide and conquer tasks.
But perhaps more importantly, they showed us that our sense of being a single, unified person is a construction. It's a story told by the interpreter in our left hemisphere.
In healthy brains, the corpus callosum ensures everyone is reading from the same script. But when that connection is broken, we see the ghostwriters behind the scenes.
We realize that the complex, messy interaction of neural circuits creates the illusion of us. If you found this exploration fascinating, don't forget to like this video.